First, obviously, to get to the brakes, you gotta take the tire off. And if you have air, well, if you got custom rims, you kind of have to have air because you can't get a normal four-way in custom rims. Make sure you got it there. And air makes it pretty nice. And try to always keep all your lug nuts in one place. Sometimes if you got a hubcap or something tipped upside down, put them in there, well then take it away from where you're at because you always end up bumping it, and your lug nuts will fly everywhere. That's what you don't want to happen. Alright, now we're jacking the car up. Now, rear-wheel drive vehicle, you want to go underneath the center hub of the vehicle. Best location. Always have a jack stand. Jack up a little more, fridge. Next, there you go. Alright. And then once you have the jack stand in place, you don't want to leave any jacks. It's bad for your jack. So you slowly let your jack down. Oop. Like that. Usually just leave your jack up, but not with no pressure. So if this fails, it'll land on your jack, not on you. This pesky bugger here should come out. Just don't want to come out. You get your tire away from the job. Some people like sitting on their tires. Not me. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Break the back caliper bolts loose. Sometimes can be laboring. I never recommend using air on your brakes because the chances of breaking it or stripping it are pretty high, and they're just asking for trouble. Alright, you also want to keep your bolts in a safe place. I'm putting everything right here on my side of my truck. Alright, then you want to break the caliper loose, and usually you got to compress the cylinder, so you want to take a screwdriver, get in there and get that cylinder opened up. And these rear brakes seem to be a little more of a pain than your average brake. Once you get see there, I'm pushing these rams in. That's what basically holding these brakes in place. Alright, now you have your caliper out. Next, you get your brake pads out. And you see these are pretty worn, they're starting to crack. They're due for changing. These ones are definitely, well, not as bad, but still need to be changed. As you can see, compare the old to the new, there's a clear difference, and it definitely shows. You see here where I got these rub marks on this little piece of metal right there. That's called a squealer. That tells you your brakes are getting time to change. And that's what's happening. As I was riding around, I was having oh, that's annoying. But that's what it's supposed to do. So when your brakes are squealing, when they first start squealing, your brakes aren't totally bad, but they're on their way. And not all new brake sets come with the plates, but these ones do. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the plates. These ones are pretty wore out anyways. Usually your back brakes are the last to get changed because your front brakes take most of the stop. So your back brakes usually last around twice as long as your front brakes. These are the new clips. Nice and shiny. Go ahead and put the new clips in. Just press right on down like that. The next one presses, there's little grooves in there. Just press into the grooves. Sometimes they're stubborn, but for the most part, it should go right on in. Alright, you always want to have a good C-clamp. Now, a C-clamp is to assist you to compress these calipers. You want them compressed all the way in because they're set to your old pads, which are obviously not as thick as your new pads. And you don't want to rush it. You go very slow. You let it sink in. Do a small twist. Let it sink in. The reason you're doing this is you don't want to pop a seal on your caliper. They're not cheap, and they will pop. So don't force it. Once it gets snug, you're good. This one has dual calipers. A lot of cars only have a single caliper, which, well, I guess piston. It's one caliper, but the piston, this has a dual piston system on it. So I got two pistons to push.